Tyler Perry has not stopped recording them. And then he offered his house. Of course, he wanted them in his house because he wanted to record everything that was ongoing.
Buckle in, because the Sussex House of Secrets might just be crashing down for good. And nope, this isn't some tabloid fluff or rumor mill madness. This is Tyler Perry level real tea, with private recordings, a surrogate gone rogue, and a royal line of succession that may have been built on a lie. Yes, you heard that right, a lie. Because according to explosive new claims, Harry and Meghan's kids, Archie and Lilibet, might not even be Meghan's biological children. And now, the woman behind the scenes? She's stepping out of the shadows with names, dates, receipts, and contracts. And with Tyler Perry reportedly leaking recordings of private convos behind the scenes, the Sussexes are said to be spiraling, their carefully constructed privacy brand shaking.
Tyler Perry recorded of you at his mansion because Tyler Perry was secretly recording everything. And Meghan, we know that Meghan discards people. Meghan ghosts people once they're no longer a use for her. Like she said on that podcast, she worked the room.
So how did Meghan and Harry react? And what did Tyler Perry say? Let's find out. Here's what we know. A woman who remains unnamed has allegedly come forward claiming she is not just a surrogate for the Sussexes. She says she's the biological mother of both Archie and Lilibet. Not a helper, not a hired womb, the mother. Her eggs, her body, her births. And the reason this matters isn't just because it's juicy. No. This hits at the heart of the British monarchy itself. According to royal rules, for a child to be in the line of succession, they must be born of the royal wife. That means Meghan Markle herself would have had to carry and deliver those children.
None of that matters. It is not legitimate for the purposes of inheriting a title. And that's just an aristocratic title. A royal title is even more intense.
But the woman is claiming otherwise. And boy, oh boy, she's not just talking, she's documenting. She says she's got signed NDAs from 2018, hospital admission records from Colorado, and, wait for it, financial transactions directly linking her to Harry and Meghan's team. Now here's where things really get spicy. Tyler Perry, who housed Harry and Meghan in his California mansion when they first left the UK, is reportedly in possession of private recordings from that period. Conversations, voicemails, and maybe even phone calls between Meghan and certain parties related to the birth arrangements.
Ladies and gentlemen, Harry has found out that there's no such thing as a free meal, nor a free ride, nor a free stay when it comes to Hollywood. And that his friendship with Tyler Perry is way more costly than he anticipated. Because finding out that you've been made a fool, not only by Tyler Perry, but also by his beloved wife, Rachel Meghan Markle, that he has been used, tricked, and duped. He has no way out. And that those secret tapes are about to be leaked. What is he going to do?
And now, sources say Perry's team might be leaking those tapes, whether accidentally or on purpose. Insiders claim Perry feels burned by the couple, especially after they failed to disclose key details when he offered them shelter. And if those recordings back the woman's claims, y'all, that's not a scandal. That's a royal earthquake.
But in that moment, when he took that plane that Tyler Perry sent them, his private plane, Tyler Perry has not stopped recording them. And then he offered his house. Of course, he wanted them in his house because he wanted to record everything that was ongoing. If Harry's doing illegal stuff at Tyler Perry's home, which we know he did because he said it in his book Spare.
Remember the viral video where Meghan bent down and her belly seemed to fold like origami? People said it was just a trick of the dress. Bad lighting. But now, all those clips? They're being reanalyzed frame by frame on TikTok and YouTube. People are asking, was she ever pregnant at all?
That belly looks very abnormal. That it looks very strange. If you look up close in the video, and I encourage people, look at this. It looks like there's like a bag or like some sort of something shoved up under a dress. It does not look like a pregnant belly. It looks all bumpy. It's very strange. It looks like what you'd get if you put like a pillowcase full of like socks or something.
On top of this, the alleged surrogate claims Meghan was never supposed to be involved beyond the optics. That's why there was no hospital photo op, no typical royal delivery. The timeline around Archie's birth was strange. His birth was announced after he was reportedly already home. Even the birth certificate drama, where Meghan's full name was removed and replaced by her royal title, suddenly that seems very intentional. According to legal experts, this could have been a strategic move to detach Meghan's legal identity from the baby's records, especially if another woman gave birth.
Markle has released an extraordinary rest statement after it was reported she removed her first name from Archie's birth certificate. Reports emerged yesterday that Prince Harry and Meghan had secretly removed her birth names, Rachel Meghan, on birth papers in 2019, leaving just Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex.
Now, the woman says she was allegedly promised two things. First, privacy, and second, compensation. But instead, crickets. She was ghosted. No money, no gratitude, not even acknowledgement. She says she was erased from the narrative like she never existed, intentionally buried to protect the Sussex brand. And now, she's done staying silent. She's allegedly working with lawyers, prepping a public release of all her receipts, NDAs, time-stamped emails, photos from inside the hospital, and even correspondence with Meghan and Harry's people. This isn't just tea. This is constitutional. And if the woman's claims are true, it throws the entire royal line of succession into chaos. Because if Meghan didn't give birth, and no official surrogate documentation was filed in the UK, the kids might not even qualify for royal titles. That means Archie and Lilibet's status as prince and princess? Poof! Gone. Their place in line for the throne? Invalidated. And people at Buckingham Palace? Reportedly panicking. Lawyers, advisors, even constitutional scholars are meeting behind closed doors, drafting worst-case scenario plans. Because, make no mistake, this is bigger than a family feud. This could tear open the very foundation of how the monarchy operates. Meanwhile, Harry, once the rebel prince turned doting father, is reportedly unraveling.
And I remember...
Friends say he's losing sleep, spiraling into paranoia, and clashing with Meghan behind the scenes. He's obsessively monitoring press coverage, terrified the truth is leaking faster than they can control. Remember that rumor that he allegedly overdosed on drugs? Well, that might be because of all the stress he's feeling, the pressure to prove to everyone that nothing is wrong with their family, and that he has everything under control. But in the end, he stayed mum. And his silence? Deafening. He's not defending himself. He's not pushing back. He's watching the walls close in. And Meghan? She's completely disappeared. No public appearances, no Instagram posts, no pap shots, just vanished. People close to her say she's laying low, either to avoid legal exposure or to prepare for a major comeback move. But let's be real. This doesn't feel like strategy. This feels like panic. Because for someone who's built her image on being polished and present, her absence is louder than words.
Two things here. I think everyone has a basic right to privacy. Basic, right?
Hollywood, once their safe haven, is reportedly turning cold. Producers, agents, activists, many of whom once championed the Sussex brand, are now backing away. No one wants to be tied to a potential royal fraud scandal. And let's not forget, this allegedly surrogate's claim doesn't just implicate Meghan and Harry. It could pull in anyone who helped cover it up. That includes publicists, legal teams, and even allies like Oprah and Tyler Perry if they were aware of the surrogate arrangement and chose silence. This goes beyond baby bumps and secrecy. This is about power, narrative, and control. For years, Meghan and Harry positioned themselves as truth-tellers, victims of palace cruelty, and champions of privacy. But if this woman's story holds up, it reveals a parallel tale, one where they orchestrated their own deception. Critics say Meghan's cries of victimhood now feel hollow.
ridicule anybody for raising issues like that. She was under enormous strain. We all have sympathy for her, but gee, she likes playing the victim. And we're talking about tears over bridesmaids' dresses and stuff like this. I mean, it's like, Married at First Sight more than the future of the royal family.
Her brand, once built on authenticity, is starting to look like smoke and mirrors. And Harry? Either he was deeply complicit or completely manipulated. Neither is flattering. So what now? Is this alleged surrogate ready to go public? Not to mention how the media is circling like sharks. And the royals, both the Sussexes and the firm, are watching the countdown begin. Some say this will force Parliament to re-examine succession laws in the age of IVF, surrogacy, and media manipulation. Others believe it could permanently fracture the monarchy, especially if public trust dissolves even further. And at the heart of it all, 2 innocent kids who didn't ask for any of this. Whether the surrogate's claims are confirmed or challenged in court, the Sussex brand may never recover. The illusion is cracking. The silence, deafening. The pressure, mounting. And if Tyler Perry's leaked recordings really back this up, who? We're not just watching a scandal, we're witnessing a full-blown royal reckoning. So keep your eyes open, because this story is far from over. And one thing's for sure, the truth doesn't care about fairy tales. Do you think Harry and Meghan used a surrogate? And if so, did they lie to the public and the monarchy? Drop your thoughts below. This one's gonna get wild.